was the day Alexander had waited for all his life. Son of a god. It was a myth, of course. At least it started as a myth. I know. I was there.
In the crack of the Persian line, we'll go for the head.
Kill Darius?
The gods have brought him to us at last. If I die, it's one Macedonian. But the Persians, they cannot move without Darius' command. Here. Right here, we cut the throat of the Persian army.
This is madness. You'll never get within 100 paces of him. Have you seen the sheer size of his force, Alexander?
Not if. You hold them on the left, my brave Parmenion, with your son Philotas, for just 2 hours tomorrow. And you, unbreakable Antigonus, the center phalanx, Perdiccas, Leonidas, Nearchus, Polyperchon, if you pin them on the walls of your Sarissus, here, in the center, their cavalry will follow me out to the right. And when bold Cassander breaks, stretching their left, a hole will open. Then I and my cavalry, our revered Clytus, Ptolemy, and Hephaestion will strike through that gap and deal the death blow to Darius' head.
Since when, by the light of Apollo, Alexander, has cavalry ever been used to break an infantry line?
And what was it we did at Chaeronea, Parmenion?
Alexander, even with luck timing the gods, they're at least 5 to our 1. Which means, in truth, we must rout them tomorrow. Destroy their army completely. Or we'll be picked apart by bandit tribes on a long journey home.
Right. You speak of home. And retreat. But do you understand, Parmenion? Babylon's my new home.
Alexander, if we must fight, do so with stealth. Use your numbers well. We should attack tonight when they least expect us.
I didn't cross Asia to steal this victory, Cassandra.
No. You are too honorable for that. No doubt influenced from sleeping with tales of Troy under your pillow. But your father was no lover of Homer's.
The lands west of the Euphrates, Alexander. The hand of his daughter in marriage. Since when has a Greek ever been given such honors?
These are not honors, Parmenion. They're bribes, which the Greeks have accepted. Too long. Do you forget, Parmenion, that the man who murdered my father lies across the valley floor?
Come, Alexander, we're still not really sure if it was Persian gold behind the assassination. But that is no matter! Your father taught you never to surrender your reason to your passion. I urge you, with all my experience, regroup. Fall back to the coast, raise a larger force.
I would, if I were Parmenion. But I am Alexander. And no more than Earth has 2 suns, will Asia bear 2 kings. These are my terms. And if Darius isn't a coward who hides behind his men, then he'll come to me tomorrow. And when he bows down to Greece, Alexander will be merciful.
By Irish chains, he's got balls, man. Let me give the man his due, Parmenion. Lads, feast tonight. For tomorrow we will dine in Hades.
Seen one before. Still alive.
To whom do you pray?
Phobos.
Fear. bad omen.
More so for Darius. I've come to believe that fear of death drives all men to feisty. At least we didn't learn as schoolboys.
It is the cause of all our misfortunes.
So, mighty Craterus,
Your Majesty.
are you ready for tomorrow's dawn?
It's been too long coming, if you ask me.
Come, Cephalus. Today we ride to our destiny.
We are here today as Macedonian free men! And though outnumbered, I say to you who know the price of tyranny, who carried the Persian yoke too long. You have a strength born of your hearts. And all their arms, their numbers, their chariots, and all their fine horses will mean nothing in the hands of slaves. Some of you, perhaps myself, will not live to see the sun set over these mountains today. For I will be in the very thick of battle with you. But remember this, the greatest honor a man can ever achieve is to live with great courage and to die with his countrymen in battle for his home. I say to you, what every warrior has known since the beginning of time. Conquer your fear! And I promise you, you will conquer death! To you, your sons and your grandsons will look into your eyes. And when they ask you why you fought so bravely at Gaugamela, you will answer with all the strength of your great hearts. I was here this day at Gaugamela for the freedom and glory!
Some called his mother, Queen Olympias, a sorceress, and said that Alexander was the child of Zeus. Others, Dionysus.
Women are the only ones who know Dionysus.
Remember Prometheus, don't you? Who stole the secret of fire and gave it to man. Made Zeus so angry. Death to all tyrants! All of you, I didn't do this.
India, the land where the sun was born, fabled to be even richer than Persia, had never been explored or conquered. From the beginning, Alexander struggled to unify a land without a center. Kings who conspired against one another, a labyrinth of tribes urged on by zealots and philosophers to die by the thousands for their strange gods. We saw things we'd never dreamed and could hardly describe. We saw birds that could talk and men that couldn't. Craterus and the advanced party fought against men with hairy skins who were tiny and lived in the tops of trees. Until Hephaestion convinced us these were animals who imitated men but wore their own skin. They called this tribe Monkey.
Monkey. Monkey.
But we saw little difference with the tribes who lived among them.
So much like ours.
Oh, man.
Very intelligent.
Hello, little man.
Do they speak? No. But they do sing and make noises from the roofs of the forest.
We saw men who walked naked in public and spent hours at a time staring and doing nothing. Some who lived 200 years. And then there was the rain. Never before had we seen water that fell from the gods for 60 days and nights.
Simonian, well done today.
Go on, get sure the women and children are fed.
No better mechanics.
As we moved south and east, Alexander often returned the lands we conquered to their defeated kings, so as to make them allies. But this did not sit well with the army. We began to wonder, were we here for riches, or had Alexander, on some remorseless and crazed quest to imitate the glory of Heracles, forgotten them? One thing an army knows quickly in their bones is which way the gods are blowing. was away fighting the northern tribes, Olympias had Philip's new wife, Eurydice, and her infant son murdered. By necessity, Alexander had her uncle, Attalus, executed.
I've lived long life, Cadmus, but the glory and the memory of man will always belong to the ones who followed their great visions. And the greatest of these is the one we now call Megas Alexandros, the greatest Alexander of them all.